Okay, I'm done with the machine. I don't know if you can see it very well. Floor is kind of dirty. His legs. Now I did put the lock on there, but since it's had a lot of water damage, it doesn't fit very well. I mean, as long as you get that door to close all the way, you're good. And the reason is because this right here, the screws in the back are so stripped out, it doesn't want to hold very tight. So I'll show you that the day I bring it to you, which will be this Saturday, if you're available. The hopper seems to constantly loosen up. I had to draw around here. When it runs, it will actually loosen itself up and move off to one side, and then the coins will start dropping inside. When you hear that, then you'll know. I added this metal plate that helps keep the coins from falling out, because they were almost constantly falling out because it had an open side here, so I added a plate to it. I added a plate inside there. I made the hole bigger behind here, but it still seems to jam up. I didn't change out this part here, but I am including it because you paid for it. I do have it inside a box, in the bottom of the slot machine down here. It's in that box there. Any part that you may need in the future, I've included in that box. That the other power supply distribution box that sits in the back, it's also in there because it's good too. The only thing that was bad on this machine was the motherboard, as far as I could tell, because that's all I ended up replacing. There was a major part. Since there's an issue with this door being warped, I had to add washers in here and in here to make everything line up. But because of that, this button will not work anymore. It'll work now, but when the door is closed, it won't work because they're not lining up properly. But that's just a basic issue. If the coin ever did jam, all you got to do is really just shake the door, and it'll usually drop through. Now I'm going to close the door. It locks up, but there is a little bit of a gap in here because the machine is actually warped. If this gap gets too big, the coins up here will start dropping inside the machine. So basically all you got to do is open the door up and just move this here, because it moves real easy. I tried to glue it and tighten it. It just didn't work. You have to kind of twist it a little bit like that to get the door to close tighter, because it has to close somewhat tight